When we introduced the HPE Juniper Networking MX301 at HPE Discover Barcelona in December 2025, we knew we were launching an important new platform. What has become even clearer since is why that timing was right. The MX301 was launched as a compact 1RU platform delivering 1.6 terabits per second with 400G connectivity, purpose-built for inference, multi-service edge, metro, mobile backhaul, and enterprise routing environments. Because the market is changing. The edge is changing, and the questions customers are asking are changing too. It is no longer just about connecting users and applications. Now it's also about where intelligence lives, where decision happens, where AI inference runs, and how to build infrastructure that can support all of that closer to where data is actually created. That is the story of the MX301. For years, the edge has been a natural success domain for the MX family. That is because the edge has never been simple. It's where services converge, it is where policy matters, it is where performance becomes visible to users. It is also where resilience matters. It is where operators need more than just bandwidth, they need service intelligence. That is what made the MX successful. And that is exactly why MX matters so much in the next phase of the edge evolution. Because the edge is becoming more distributed, closer to users, closer to applications, closer to data creation, and increasingly closer to AI inference. Inference has changed the equation. In a centralized model, you can backhaul traffic to a distant data center, process it there, and send the answer back. But that doesn't always make sense anymore. Not when latency matters, not when responsiveness matters, not when reliability matters, not when the source is video, not when interaction is happening right now in the real world at the edge. That is why customers are rethinking their architectures. Because more and more often, the right place to process data is not far away, it is nearby. And when that happens, the network edge has to do more. It has to be compact enough for constrained sites, power efficient enough for distributed deployments, simple enough to operate at scale, and still capable enough to deliver the service richness customers expect from MX. That is exactly where the MX301 fits. What makes the MX301 compelling is not just that it is compact, it is that it brings proven MX architectural strength into a very focused deployment profile. This is a serious edge platform in one rack unit, compact, efficient, and built for the new realities of distributed edge networking. Official product materials position it as part of the same MX family on the 6th generation Trio silicon. The MX301 and the 304 are one architectural family expressed in two highly complementary form factors. The MX304 is a larger compact platform, 2RU and 4.8 terabits per second. The MX301 is the tighter compact platform, 1RU, 1.6 Tbps. So roughly speaking, the MX304 gives customers about 3x the capacity in 2x the physical size. That is a very strong portfolio story. Because if you know the MX304, the MX301 makes immediate sense. Same MX architectural DNA, same edge heritage, same belief that edge needs intelligence and not just transport. What changes is the deployment envelope. The MX304 is the larger capacity, compact expression of the MX. The MX301 brings the same core approach into a denser 1RU platform for more distributed edge environments. That is not just a good product story, it's a reassuring one, especially for customers and engineers who want consistency across the portfolio. And engineers notice that consistency not only in the architecture, but in the physical design details, because engineers notice everything. They notice whether the product is intuitive to deploy, they notice whether the front panel is easy to read, they notice whether the hardware helps them move faster when they're under pressure. That is why I like pointing out one small but very real detail on the MX301, the color-coded ports. At first glance, they might seem minor, but in the real world, it's not minor at all. It helps engineers identify interface groupings at a glance. It helps reduce friction during installation and turn-up. It helps when multiple people are working in the same rack. And it makes troubleshooting faster and more intuitive when time matters. That kind of design detail tells you something. It tells you that this product was designed by people who understand how networks are actually deployed and operated. And that matters because the best infrastructure is not just powerful, it is usable. Nowhere is this more important than in the new edge use cases customers are building right now. One of the most interesting examples we have seen is in a large retail environment. But the use case makes architectural shift very clear. They were deploying a self-checkout camera system to improve transaction accuracy, reduce losses, and enable faster local decision-making at the store edge. Now think about that environment. You have video being created in real time, you have local compute requirements, you have business-critical traffic. And you have a user experience that depends on that speed and reliability. In that scenario, backhauling all of that traffic to a centralized data center makes very little sense. It adds cost, it adds latency, it increases dependence on upstream transport. And it creates fragility where local responsiveness is exactly what you want. So instead, they looked at a more distributed model. They needed the compute capabilities of the HPE ProLiant at the edge, but they also needed the service intelligence of MX. Not just connectivity, not just packet movement, but real networking intelligence at the point where services, policy, resilience, and operational simplicity all come together. This is why MX301 makes it so compelling in use cases like this, because it helps make distributed inference architectures practical, not just possible on a whiteboard, practical in the real world, and that is the broader point. AI inference at the edge is not just a compute story, it's a system story. The server matters, the application matters, the model matters. But the network is what determines whether the whole architecture feels clean, resilient, and scalable, or costly, fragile, and hard to operate. Customers understand that, which is why the response since Barcelona has been so encouraging. They see the MX301 as a compact, power-efficient platform that still carries the strengths they expect from the MX. They see it as a natural fit for a more distributed edge, and they see it as aligned to where infrastructure is clearly heading, towards more local processing, more AI inference near the source of data, and more intelligence at the edge. So when I think about the MX301, I think about more than just a product introduction. I think about what it represents. It represents an edge that is becoming more distributed, an edge that is becoming more intelligent, an edge that demands compact, power-efficient platforms without sacrificing capability. It represents the continued evolution of the MX family. With the MX304, customers have a larger 2-rack unit 4.8 Tbps compact platform with routing engine redundancy. With the MX301, they have a tighter 1-rack unit 1.6 Tbps platform built for a wider range of distributed edge deployments, now with 2 different scale options to right size for your customers' tailored needs. 1 architectural family, 2 highly complementary form factors built for an edge that matters more than ever. This is not just the next router, this is the next step in how the edge gets built. This is the MX301.